Connie's a pure artist.
Stop being retarded.
Yeah, my fault.
Oh, you good. You good. All right. Next up, we're gonna talk about another Megan. Some more drama. Megan Thee Stallion recently did a sit down interview. Oh, sorry. Whew. Thank you for catching that. Megan Smollett recently did an interview. It's Megan Smollett on 2020 shooting. In quotes, "I'm the victim." She has made that very clear over time. We're going to give a little recap a little reaction throughout this. Maybe cut it, see what we would like. I don't know if 12 minutes is going to be too long for the viewers at home.
So it came out in 2020, but it like resurfaced? The
shooting was in 2020.
But this is a new interview.
They're just talking about the 2020 shooting.
Wow.
All right.
I'll
give it to us, Megan.
Hold the light.
Hey, Tory dance.
I've always been loud. I've always been.
People be so proud to have always been away. I've always been loud. I've always been very, obnoxious. That's just me.
When I look now, I'm like, dang, we really did this.
When did you know you were good at this?
I feel like I wrote my first rap when I was 7.
You feel like you wrote it, or you wrote it?
I didn't tell my mama. Well, I
did, bitch. Did you do it?
Rap, but I didn't tell her I wanted to be a rapper. But I saw her rapping, and I would go to the studio with her, and I would sit in the waiting room, waiting at the door, listening to what she in there saying. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fire. I like that.
I could do that at 7.
I could do that. And when I got to college, everybody was me as the Stallion, and she rapped, and I was like, okay, this is my identity.
Is that what you call rapping?
This is what we wanted.
H-Town made the H-Town raised the. Damn, I'm so proud to be your H-Town native.
5 years after Megan Thee Stallion posted this fucking video, she made her debut on the Billboard Hot 100 list with the song Big Ol' Freak. That same year, her mother passed away. She had already lost her father when she was just 15.
You saw the draw?
I asked her what she learned from her parents.
What is this?
Questions
What is this?
that made her emotional.
I didn't mean to make you
no
cry.
Tears, watch.
I was just curious about
bet money,
the
no tears.
impact and effect they've had on your life.
They were my best friends. It was only the 3 of us all the time. Like when I went to school, I feel like it was a little different with me interacting with other kids.
Yeah.
So they would kind of pick with me a little bit. Like I was so tall already. They just really let me know you can't ever let somebody else's insecurities make you insecure.
I'm a savage.
Classy, bougie,
In May
ratchet.
2020, Megan Thee Stallion's hit song Savage is inescapable, and so is she.
Savage is everywhere. You are a huge success. Which brings us to July 12th, 2020. Let's go there, Megan. That night changed everything.
Okay, let's get to the nitty-gritty.
Rapper Tory Lanez has been charged with shooting artist Megan Thee Stallion during an argument.
Megan Thee Stallion hit by multiple gunshots.
There was an argument in the car.
Why'd she say the Stallion?
It was an argument because I was ready to go and everybody else wasn't ready to go. But that's normal friend stuff. We fuss about silly stuff all the time. But
Cap! Get it out already.
I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud.
Crying voice with no tears is
where it was
that's
it
something.
shouldn't have got this crazy.
It shouldn't have escalated to
right.
the way that it did.
Oh, you keep sitting down with these pathological
liars. What
liars.
happened that night?
First it was R. Kelly, now it's her.
Bro, why she have the energy for R. Kelly and not for her?
You did
it,
went
Kelly. There.
She said she never raised her voice.
And we were just hanging out.
Drunk.
Yeah, hold up. Why don't we just pause it? Why don't we just pause it?
I was ready to go.
She talking about I wanted to go home. I had been there all day. Fam, so many people from the party have already talked about what happened, bro. Y'all was beefing and y'all got kicked out the party. How do you get kicked out of what's her name, Kylie Jenner's house party, and then you're just gonna be like, I wanted to go home, and so that's why we got into an argument. I wanted to go home. They wanted to stay. You couldn't have just gotten home separately, like that. You know how silly that sounds.
Yeah.
I wanted to go, and Tory was having too good of a time.
Friends do.
Yeah, come on now.
To lie after we know the story.
And then she's talking about fuck it.
I was ready to go. Because I had been there all day.
So you guys end up in a car. You, Tory Lanez, your friend at the time, Kelsey, and his driver/security.
Tory Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, is a
Daystar.
Grammy-nominated rapper and singer from Canada. Kelsey Harris was one of Megan Thee Stallion's best friends from Houston.
There was an argument, and you get out of the car, right?
At that point, the argument wasn't even with me. The argument was with the 2 people in the backseat.
Oh, okay, got it.
So I asked the driver to pull the car over, like, I'm done with this. And I should have stayed out of the car. Like, I should have not got back in the car. And they was like, Megan, just get back in the car. We almost there. Like, just get back in. So I get back in the car. It's like it's getting worse.
They're like, arguing in the car.
I'm just sitting here quiet. I wasn't drunk as fuck with them.
Car no more. Like, because I see it's getting crazy. So I get out the car, and it's like everything happens so fast.
Gail, take that fucking look off your face. You know, hold up. First of all, fuck Gail. Fuck Gail King, first of all, because I'm going to tell you why. She had what's her name up there. I forgot which female basketball player it was, right after Kobe passed. And they were talking about how Kobe did so much for them. And she wanted, I can't talk. She wanted to bring up the rape stuff. And they were like, yeah, I never saw any of that from him. All I know of him is being a great man. And everyone dragged her ass. I thought she was still canceled until now. So fuck Gail, and that's going to be my energy throughout it. R. Kelly interview. That was after. R. Kelly was before that. But this whole shit, bro, here's where she fucked up. She tells the whole story like she had nothing to do with anything. She was just in the car. They were arguing. So they were arguing, and then Tory was like, yeah, dance, bitch. Boom. And they just shoot Megan on
the What happened to your back being turned?
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, what happened there? So you heard him say dance, bitch,
we'll get further on, though. We're going to cover the
another point on Gail, though, like, she brought up the rape allegation on Kobe. We know the story, what happened. Why does she bring up other shit that we already know
she
about
Megan? She
did
not do any research on this before
she's just looking at her like,
But if people don't know, here's the story that's been circulating. Whack 100 told it. DJ Academics has told it. Multiple people have told it from their sources. And Tory Lanez shed light on it too. He was fucking with her homegirl Kelsey. Then her homegirl Kelsey got COVID. Now Megan is taking these secret flights out to see Tory and shit, private planes and shit. And then at the party, Tory's doing a little too much with Kylie Jenner. Meg feels some type of way about it, and they're all pretty drunk, especially Meg. Video evidence. And then she started doing too much toward Tory. They get into it. Then Meg's friends like, hold the fuck up. Y'all been doing some shit? And then they all get kicked out of the party, and now it's time for the car ride.
That was amazing, man.
But when she tells it, totally different. And even if the story I'm telling is like there's parts of it that aren't true, you got to at least throw something in there that don't make you look like a perfect angel the entire time. Come on, Megan.
And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, he shot a couple of times. And I was so
in the car shooting from the car, Megan?
He is standing up over the window.
You had your back turned.
And I didn't even want to move. I didn't want to move too quick. Like, cause I'm like, oh my God.
You said, let me get back in the car real quick.
Wrong step. I don't know if he can shoot something that's like super important.
Somebody get her some acting lessons.
He could shoot me and kill me.
Rapping.
Like,
were you afraid for your life at that time?
I was really scared because I had never been shot at before.
No tears. Tear count still at 0.
And I looked down at my feet. Cause I wasn't even.
I looked down at
the adrenaline is pumping so hard. I'm not sure if he hit me. Like, I feel it, but I don't understand what's happening. So I look down at my feet and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm really bleeding. So I like drop down and I crawl in somebody's driveway. Like, I can't believe you shot me.
And what is he saying, Tory Lanez saying after?
All right, tear counts at 1.
I'm so sorry.
I need one to fall.
Please don't tell nobody. I'll give y'all $1 million if y'all don't say nothing. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
So he said, dance, bitch, dance, followed by, I'm so sorry.
Help me. Like, and if you sorry, just help me. Like,
but at that moment,
we didn't even make it to the house. Like, somebody had already called the police, and it was like so many of them. It was helicopters. I was like, oh my God, we all about to die. Like, the George Floyd incident had just happened.
No.
Before we get into George Floyd, because we're gonna tear into that in a second. But so you're telling me you got out the car again? You were never in the argument. It was just him and Kelsey arguing in the car. You ask a second time, pull over, let me hop out real quick. So then Tory is probably sitting in the front like, this bitch thinks she gonna hop out the car while I'm arguing with Kelsey. So then he gonna lean out the window and say, yo, dance, bitch, dance, boom, boom. And then he gets out, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Meg, was it from the gunshots? Is that what you like? Meg, I'll give you $1 million, please. Is that what? And then Megan's like, fuck, you shot me, nigga, dang. Let's get back in the car.
Don't say sorry. Just help me.
Bro, this case is gonna be crazy because I hope they bring this up in court and like go back over her whole story.
I don't know why she keeps talking.
Because you know, court, they're gonna ask you a million times. So please describe what happened at 8:06.
Yeah,
tell me exactly how many steps you took to the car.
Right, exactly. and now, oh yeah, you're so true. That's so true. Now let's get into this George Floyd stuff she wants to talk about.
It's like so many of them. It was helicopters. I was like, oh my God, we all about to die. Like the George Floyd incident had just happened. The police are definitely very much shoot first, ask questions
Bitch,
after.
do not bring up
like,
social justice shit with your bullshit.
Why do you say that? Her perspective. We just watched the George Floyd stuff happen. Horrible. Everyone traumatized by it. A nation. I mean, a lot of uproar and stuff happened. That does not make me think that because this person shot me, that once the cops have already apprehended us from the cars, they said, back up. I'm like this, backing up. My foot is bleeding. Then the cop goes to arrest me. So I guess her mentality was, if I say, officer, I know you're already here for the gunshot. If I tell you that the guy that you have arrested in the car seat, if I tell you that he shot me, which he did, he said, dance, bitch, dance, like 15 minutes ago and shot me. If I tell you that, I'm concerned that you're then going to shoot all of us. Or you're then going to walk up and just shoot him in the head. First of all, wouldn't you... If I just got shot, I ain't even worried about you, but you just shot me in the foot. If you or anyone fucking shoots me in the foot, my main concern is not, I don't want the cops to shoot him. He's a good guy. No, bro. Come on now. The whole thing makes no sense. And the cops are very much shoot first, ask questions later. Well, my friend, once you're already in custody, they've already asked some questions. And they haven't gotten to shooting, and they're there for a gunshot. It's not like they're there not knowing that there was a gun involved. They're there because people called about 2 gunshots being heard, and now you're arrested. So the whole don't throw George Floyd's name in this shit, trying to make it like you had reason to be covering for this dude after he leaned out the window and said, dance, bitch, dance, and shot you. Now, if you said he was playing with the gun and shot you, fine, one thing. But you decided to take the angle that this nigga was straight out of a movie talking about dance, bitch, dance.
But hey, look, in Meg's head, it made sense.
It made sense.
That big ass head.
And that's not saying much, honestly. I would pause it.
By the way, I was about to say, let me know when y'all want to pause it.
I've been shot. They about to kill somebody. Like something bad is about to happen.
Okay.
So somebody hears the gunshots. They call the police. The police come.
Yo got an Apple Watch.
You would never be Oprah.
Say what to you?
Oh God!
They tell everybody to get out of the car.
So at which point did you think they were going to shoot you?
Video from that night.
And then she was twerking the next day.
You can see the footage.
I do feel bad about that foot. That shit does look bad.
Swimsuit, limping backwards, feet bleeding.
And they say to you, what happened?
We're going to shoot you if you tell us anyone shot you.
I don't remember everything they said to me, but I remember them asking me what's happening, what happened to you. And
then they shot
I didn't want them to kill any of us.
He said, shoot first, ask later.
So I just said, I stepped on glass. Because I didn't
want them to walk up and shoot Tory in the face.
For some reason, I was just trying to protect all of us. Because I didn't want them to kill us.
Because this nigga said, dance, bitch, and shot me. I wanted to protect all of us by not telling him he did that.
Did this to me.
She's such a good person, bro.
My first reaction still was to try to save us. Like
crying voice, no tears.
I didn't want to see anybody die.
Alvin, you see a tear?
I could just hear her say the meme.
Ew, don't put your finger in your nose.
When I see
you're on
people
camera
trying to use that against me, like trying to act like I'm lying. Oh, she stepped on glass. She never got shot.
No, now you're lying.
I'm the one who said I stepped on glass. I was lying to protect all of us. And sometimes I wish I really would have never said that.
You wish you would have just told the truth.
I wish I would have told the truth, but
crazy how Kelsey was.
If it saved all of us from dying, then that's just probably what it was meant to be.
So, when you told the police you stepped on glass, did they believe you?
I don't know.
So how did you go from the glass? Did you go to the hospital?
So they took me to the hospital, and the police questioned me, and I said it was just glass.
You still
because I didn't want them to go over and shoot Tory. Got it.
And
George Floyd, got it.
Officers was like, okay, we done with this, we leaving. The doctor came in and he was like, you know, you got bullets in both of your feet. Like, you got fragments in this foot, and it's like right on the back of your Achilles. And I'm like,
there is a medical report that says that there were bullets, that you had been shot. And the medical report also says that to this day you still have
bullet fragments
in your foot.
feet.
She's, all right, well, 2 things.
I don't trust shit doctors say.
So, for a while, when I've talked about all the things that make it seem like Tory didn't do shit, one of the things I say is there were no I've been parading around saying there were no bullet fragments in her foot. I was wrong. Apparently, based off this, there's record of there were actual bullet fragments in the foot. So maybe it's, I may have been too hard. Maybe I've shouldn't be calling her Megan Smollett. No, I'm still gonna call her Megan Smollett. It hasn't changed.
She put the bullet fragments in there after the fact, bro. She broke.
You tripping?
She was twerking on a bullet, broke that shit in half, and then fucking put that shit in her foot.
But it is a detail. Like, okay, so now in my mind though, I am okay. So she did get shot.
You can't trust doctors.
But there's still
but in the case, didn't they say that there was they didn't find any?
No, they said that what came out, there was no DNA. The DNA wasn't there on the gun from Tory, and there was no gunshot residue on his hand. Yeah. But regardless, this does show that she did get bullet fragments in her foot. And then it brings me to the next question. Meg Thee Stallion is a fucking champ. How you get bullet fragments in your foot? You were twerking like a week or two later. Because now if it's confirmed that there's a medical report of bullet fragments in the foot, golly, she's a beast.
She's a gangster.
Yeah,
she's a gangster, bro. That's one thing.
Okay, what if Kelsey did the shooting?
Yep, that is a theory. That's a theory too. That they say. I've heard the theory that she grabbed the security guard's gun, and there was a struggle for it, and then Meg's foot gets shot.
And the girl won.
It was academics' theory.
Yeah, so I'm saying, but like, how you get into a struggle? A girl who's 140
well,
pounds.
She didn't win, but like the gun went off as they were struggling for it. But Tory's handprints or fingerprints would still be on it if that were the case, unless he was grabbing her hand or something. But also, how do two shots ring off and they both hit like right in her direction? Also, some people don't understand how the bullet fragments work. And I'll take you to
explain that, please.
All right, so there's this thing called skipping. They call it skipping. Okay. It's a tactic used. This isn't. I could explain exactly how she got the fragments in, but I'd rather talk about the tactic of skipping. Very cool.
About
you know the North Hollywood shooting. The shootout, North Hollywood, two guys rob a bank. They have drums and shit. They're just shooting crazy, totally pinned down the police force because back then they didn't carry rifles. Oh shit, that's wild. At a bank?
Yeah,
that's fucking wild. So basically, by the time the SWAT came, they had no angle to actually shoot the dude. He was behind a car at the time. So they go to a tactic called skipping. What they did, and people always talk about the Achilles heel is what got the guys. What they did is, so say I'm taking cover behind a car. Now, if I'm on the other side, say in a police van, and I'm trying to shoot at you, if I lay under my car, I'm not going to be able to shoot directly at you because the angle, it's going to be, I want to put the gun sideways. What I can do is I shoot at the ground right next to your foot, and while the bullet itself isn't hitting you, all the ricochets are going to keep hitting you. So what they did, bro, they basically dumped their clips into the ground by him. So that's why it took him a while to die. And they were like casing out the area. But they're skipping it. Basically, the round bounces up off the ground, and either the full round or chunks of that round are going to keep hitting you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why even if the bullet hit next to her feet, it makes sense that there would be bullet fragments in there as opposed to the bullet straight hitting her feet.
That makes so much
See, bro?
sense.
You learn something new every day. I got you,
every fucking day, bro.
Megan, they don't even believe you were shot.
He just made all that
up. I dreamt about it.
He watched Wanted one time.
It feels right.
Yeah.
What else? What happened?
In text messages obtained by CBS News, Kelsey Harris, the other woman in the car, texted Megan's security guard saying, "Help, Tory shot Meg."
Kelsey might have shot her. Kelsey might have shot her.
And
I thought security guards. It must be. It's Meg's security guard. Got it.
When my mom passed, I just felt like I was looking for some type of family environment, and I was letting so many people in, and
where
I didn't care who it was. I just wanted to feel like I got family and I got people that care about me, and just I could hang out with everybody, and I was just going through it.
What was the nature of your relationship with Tory Lanez? Because he has led people
biggest
to
lie
believe
she tells
that
the
it
entire
was
thing.
a sexual relationship, that it was that you two were dating. What was the nature?
We were not dating. We were really close. We were friends. We hung out like every day. And his mom passed too. So when I felt like we were bonding over that.
We're friends. We're best friends now.
Did you have an intimate relationship with him?
He doesn't seem like a friends guy.
Did you, Megan? Did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
Lie. Say it. Say you didn't.
I didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory.
So why do you?
She tried to do the little laugh. She said, I didn't have a sexual. Come on now, bro. Come on, bro.
50 Cent commented on this.
Yeah, come on. What if he said it best?
So he posted the part when she says like sexual. He was like, he put the eyes emoji, and he's like, now I don't believe she had to think about her answer. Shake my head. All this shit crazy. So old boy did the Harlem Nights and shit and said, dance, bitch, dance.
Yeah, on God. The whole story is kind of unbelievable. Even the fact of like she can't even come up with a genuine like argument that they were having, or even because Kelsey went on live and said this bitch took my nigga, and it's like the fourth time she done some shit like that, and it was weird as fuck. So how like you need she going off on Meg saying you need to take accountability. Meg tells us
she was looking for family. She was
looking for family. Got it. She's letting people in, bro. The whole thing is silly. Like, what are we? At least tell a story that's more believable. That somehow puts you when someone tells a story and it slightly puts them in a bad light, or they're being honest about. And then I said this, maybe I shouldn't have. At least it's more believable. This was completely one-sided talking. Well, first, sorry, I'll let her finish.
This honestly sounds more like controlling the narrative versus like telling the story about what actually happened.
Look at Gail's eye. No.
That shit is crazy. Oh
God, fuck Gail.
Putting out the story that one eye like this, had a relationship, and that you're making the whole thing up.
I think that he is trying to deflect from the fact that
bitch, you tried to deflect.
Committed a crime.
Tory Lanez pleaded not guilty to assault and weapons charges related to the shooting. We asked his attorney about Megan's allegations in this story. She responded that they look forward to addressing Ms. Pete's claims, including her inconsistencies, discrepancies, and omissions.
I like that they added
goes
this in,
to
so at least
trial
we're
later
completely
this
biased.
year.
Yeah.
How has your life changed?
Like 90% biased.
Ask her the hard-hitting questions.
I feel like my anxiety is worse. I feel like my relationship with people it's gotten very cold.
So is that a one tier count?
I was going to ask you, is it hard for you to trust people?
I'll say that.
Like, I've got this wall, and I don't want to make any friends, and I'm trying to be as nice as I can to everybody. I don't even new people. I probably don't even hold a conversation longer than 30 minutes because I feel like every time I'm talking, I'm like on the verge of tears, and I don't want to have to explain to strangers why I'm crying.
Yeah.
What's
half
up with
the
this
time I just want to pick up the phone and call my mama and be like, "What do I do?" Like, it's too much. I feel crazy.
I need a tear to touch the cheek and the chin.
I'm
don't do
sad,
that, you ain't crying.
like, and I feel like I have to hold it in because I have to be strong for so many people.
What do you say to people that still don't believe that you were actually shot?
I don't think any of this is for them. Like, it's for me. Like, I know this happened to me.
Selfish bitch.
And I'd rather it play out in court and the facts come out and
seems like
everything
you're on an
comes
interview.
out than me having to plead my case. And I'm a victim. Like, I'm the victim. Like, I'm not defending myself against anything. So like, something happened to me.
You just said I'm a... All right. The last thing she said. What do you say to the people that think you're lying? I don't think it's for them. It's for me. I only care how this plays out in court. I don't care about the public. You are on a public, nationally televised CVS fucking Good Morning interview, telling your account of the things that happened, giving your best narrative that makes you look perfect in that narrative, and explaining your total reasoning. And then what was the last part? What was the last?
I'm the victim.
Oh, and then I don't really care about that. I don't need to prove it to anyone else.
This is for me.
I'm the victim. What is that doing? That was your whole point, is to show this. Yeah. I am the victim. It's completely like.
Wasn't that supposed to be for the courts instead of a fucking interview?
Or
on
you don't
live
need to
television?
prove anything if you're the victim, right?
Like, exactly. Yeah, and the whole thing makes no sense, bro. You're doing this interview to try to plead your case and try to show that you're the victim, and then even in that line, you couldn't help yourself but say, "I'm the victim." Like,
you know what I think she's trying to do? I think she's trying to get Tory to slip up more. Just like in public, you know, like she put out a lot of things out there, and then Tory started talking about his tweets.
You think Tory's gonna what's he gonna do?
I don't think she has a game plan. I don't think
I think this is about the narrative. I think it's a narrative.
I don't think she's strategizing. I don't think she's playing chess over checkers.
I think she's trying to control the narrative. If I had to put it on, I don't think she's trying to bait him into anything. Just he'd have to be a complete idiot to break his court order again and then get locked up again and have you. He's gonna tweet a lot of bullshit in that interview. He doesn't really have to say anything though. The way this has come out, everyone's like, "Yo, this only made it look like a liar more," except for the bullet fragments. That was like, okay,
that's the only thing she has going for it. That's literally it. That's it. That's all.
Don't get me wrong. She did get shot. Just not by Tory, man.
I don't think Tory shot it,
bro. They need to have like a whole Johnny Depp and fucking Meg Thee Stallion type shit, but like the same case.
And just talking to each other.
Yeah, have like Tory on stand, have her on stand, but we're just watching the tapes back and just have.
She might have shot her damn self, bro. Honestly,
and not even know
her friend kept saying, because now I think about even the storyline of her friend might have done it. Her friend on that live kept saying like, Meg needs to take accountability and that like all this shit shouldn't have even gotten this far. And when someone's saying stuff like that, is like, dang, I really wonder what the story is. What if Meg accidentally shot herself? She tried to snatch up the gun, be tough. That does happen, bro. Yeah. People grab the gun quick.
She and like Cheddar Bob.
One guy, I'll give you an example. Around the corner, not far from here, there was a guy did a drive-by shooting on a bar. It might have been the one that y'all be fucking with, to be honest.
Oh, the Woodman.
The Woodman. Okay, yeah, the Woodman. Yeah. He did a drive-by shooting. There was no one at the bar was actually shot by any of his shots. But there was another person that was shot twice. Bro, this guy shot himself in the dick. How he did it, he reached to, he had his shit right in here, and he reached to grab it. So right in his crotch, reached to grab it quick. When they have that stress, that adrenaline, grab it too quick, especially if it gets caught. If you grab it with your finger by the trigger guard, you're going to shoot that bitch.
Wait, are you sure you're not talking about Cheddar Bob from 8 Mile?
Oh, I honestly I didn't see 8 Mile.
Oh, what? Oh, man. It was his dumbass friend. He was like, everybody was fighting, they're scuffling, and then he's the only one with the gun. He's like, ah! And then he brings it out, and then he shoots himself in the dick.
The shit happens, bro. Tupac shot himself drawing the gun. It happens commonly. That's why cops be practicing that shit. But obviously, if your shit is holstered, it's a different story. I mean, you're much less likely to.
Or you need to have finger control. Don't put your finger on the trigger if you're not going to shoot.
Hey, but that stress though, bro. When shots start ringing off, dudes just reach and jerk.
Like,
that shit.
Let me not put my finger on the trigger, even though I'm going to use the gun. You know, but like.
You train for that though.
You're not immediately. I mean, I could see it if it was in that. Like Tupac shit makes sense because he was dead ass getting robbed and shot at. But either way, I'm curious to see how this shit plays out. I will not stop calling her Megan Smollett, even if it comes out that Tory Lanez is actually did shoot her. You know, it's I'll take it on the chin. I'll totally understand any of the hate that comes my way. But Megan Smollett is already, it's a funny name. Yeah. And two, bro, she's done too much shit to be unlikable and two, unbelievable. And you know what? If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, I'm going to call it a duck. And if I find out that shit's not a duck, I'm going to tell you, well, this is why I thought it was a fucking duck. This is why, I can show you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the whole fucking alphabet of why this shit seemed like it was a duck.
I think that Meg Thee Stallion eats spaghetti with a spoon.
For sure.
Oh, god damn. What the fuck? That threw me up. Yo, I just want everybody to know, I'll still ride it with Tory until you die.
Bro, you didn't have to let anyone know that.
Yeah, we know.
Back when it seemed like he really did do it, you were like, but man, he put all that shit in the album, man.
It was a great music.
She hasn't dropped one album since this stuff, bro. Like,
she hasn't made no art behind it. At least talk on it. Don't just go on live and talk to people and lie to them. Come on, dog. That motherfucker was putting in
He was making melodies and shit. How could I shoot you?
Shut up, bro. We was vibing.
You wasn't even looking.
He wasn't even looking.
Yo, the day that shit dropped, me and Tory was just in the car smoking weed. This is the greatest piece of art ever.
Tory said everything, but I ain't shooting. I had my seatbelt on. How could I reach out the car? The way the Escalade set up, I wouldn't even be able to see you if my seatbelt was on.
I'm blind in one eye. That shit was funny.
He was on the left side of the car. I would have had to shoot through the window. The window wasn't open.
Straight for drama though. Yeah, we was like, should we listen to it? Hell yeah.
And bro, I was going hard on I was about to be a pause moment. I was going hard on niggas when we'd argue about this shit because they'd argue.
Getting bricked up? No.
But I would argue like about the Meg shit. I even had a bet with Nas. I can't tell you what the winner of the bet had to do, or the loser of the bet had to do. But the point was, I'm like, bro, the best friend has already basically made it seem like Tory shot him. Mm-hmm. The cops arrested him for possession of the gun, and she got shot in the foot. But then all this other stuff started to come out. I'm totally 180, baby. I'm 180. I'm all Tory on this one.
I'm all Tory.
They're going to have to throw the case out because I think the gunpowder is a really big thing because that's like scientifically proven. You can't just wash that shit off your hands.
At the end of this, they did say, man, I can't talk. They do say it's the starvation. But they do say that the district attorney has said that despite everything, they feel that the evidence they have in the case will prove the same narrative to be true. Not what she said, but the narrative just in general that Tory Lanez is the shooter. Basically, the case that they're trying to try, they still feel confident about it.
Whoa, that's kind of
But I wonder, because
But also what they're going to say now. We don't feel that confident anymore. We're starting to wane.
They're going to have to say they're confident. You can't come out the case saying, yeah, we're going to confident we're going to lose. But like, Okay, so
we figure we're due for a loss, so we're just gonna wing this one.
Yeah, we're just gonna wait it out. But okay, I feel like once they start going back and watching her story or hearing her explain the story versus, I guess, the facts that they have, it's gonna kind of have a disconnect, right? Like the discrepancies that the lawyers are talking about, you're gonna have to throw the case out because it's gonna be inconclusive, right? Because how do you prove that Tory was shooting unless you have like footage of it, which we would have just known, right?
I wonder with all them houses out there.
Fuck, even Tory Lanez did not shoot that bitch.
Did you hear that? Did you hear Daystar, bro? Yeah. The bars on that.
It's gonna be.
He didn't say one time I shot that bitch. Not a single time, bro.
Because right now it's he said, she said.
Yeah, he said right.
I just don't.
When this shit comes out and I'm wrong, bro, it'll be bad.
We're gonna have to have a compilation of all our bad takes if it comes out that like we were totally wrong. But even then, fuck that. Cause what's up with these stories, bro? Like nah, fuck it. It's not gonna happen, bro. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna put it on wax right now. It's not happening. But there was something else I wanted to ask about this, boys.
You guys care?
Why does she keep talking? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know.
Just don't say anything. And then please don't end your fucking interview talking about, no, it's not for the people. I don't care. No, I just want to see this play out in court.
There's no
but I'm the victim.
Yeah. There's no benefit for her speaking because it's not going to help her rap career. That's already flushed. And that's it.
She should have promoted something during this, bro.
Her acting career is not going to take off after this.
No.
This performance? Hell no.
The fucking cry voice for 12 minutes straight with 2 tears.
Yeah, no acting, no rapping. What else?
And see, bro, if a guy did this same thing, if a guy tried to come on here, everyone would immediately be like, bro, this dude could not act. If I was just in there, and then we pulled up. And, bro, 2 minutes in, they're like, this nigga's not cried once. Yeah. This is more embarrassing than anything. But then again, Kyle Rittenhouse got off with it, though. So maybe it's a complexion thing.
Acting's not gonna work out. Nope. Rapping's not gonna work out.
Nope. OnlyFans.
Damn, bitch.
I'm so sorry. I didn't think it was gonna be that. Don't look at me like that, bro. Look how mad he looking at me.
It's called a callback, man, from the earlier part of the podcast.
Yeah, my fault. I didn't think you were gonna say that one. It was the first thing that came to my mind.
I was thinking,
she would boom on
OnlyFans. I'm gonna find that shit for free. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you were gonna try to research. I thought you were gonna try to argue it wouldn't boom because I said last time if she gets dropped by a Rockefeller, no one's fucking with her anymore. After if it comes out that she was capping the whole time, she'll boom, bro. Everyone's
gonna go back to Hooters.
That shit's booming, bro. That shit's
booming, bro. I'm dead.
Yeah,
but yeah,
well, she gonna be back at Hooters. I'm telling you, bro. She's gonna be back at Hooters.
Well, I make an OnlyFans in a second if